So there's that too.
We are live.
You can always tell because everybody goes quiet.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Broken Antler Workshop.
Game night.
We're gonna see how this goes tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun either
Yep.
way.
So it'll be something.
The time limit might be a good idea because if we all have to wait to get like 25 points or something, we might be here a while.
All right.
Yeah, how does the point system work? I missed that part.
We haven't fully fleshed it out yet. So if we do 4 rounds, that's roughly what, 16 questions?
It's just the best of.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So maybe just call it after 16 rounds, and whoever has the highest score after that point.
Okay.
Because if somebody just dominates and gets 5 right in a row in the game, I guess.
That's true. You could run away with it pretty early.
So best of 16.
The first to 16 points? Is that what you're saying? Or...
Okay, so how's the order gonna go? What order are we gonna go in?
What order are we on screen in the podcast? Should we go clockwise,
Sure.
counterclockwise?
We'll start with Alex.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Alex,
Sounds
Sean, me, Wes.
Excellent. Broken Antler Workshop says, "Whose line is it anyway?"
I like
Corey?" That's a good idea.
A million points.
It'd be fun to have like a special guest host that would just host the show like an MC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who would be your dream pick for that? Who do you think would be really good? They kind of thinks on their feet that way. Joel Telling? No.
Who thinks on their feet like that?
Josh?
Andrew?
Andrew?
Andrew who?
AG does it.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of Andrews.
There is.
Simone. Adam
Maybe
Savage,
we'll,
let's aim for the stars here.
That is true.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to talk about that in our private after show.
That's right. Carrie Byron.
There you go.
There you go.
Grant and
Bill
Tori.
Nye. Yeah.
Oh.
So one of my friends is working on a movie with Zachary Levi right now. I could see if she'll ask him.
Yeah, I don't think he's up to much.
Is it the sequel to Shazam? Is she allowed to say or no?
No, it's a movie about some about football. A guy
All sports, whatever with that.
going back.
Leatherheads
Yeah,
too, even
sports.
more leather.
It's
Leather
Zachary.
pants.
He plays. He's not a coach. He's a football player. That's something I don't know. She's also shooting a movie with Josh Hartnett here in Oklahoma.
That's the name I haven't
No,
heard
in
in a long
Austin.
time.
In Austin.
Been a while,
Speaking
yeah.
of lucky number 11,
That's right.
You guys hear that Pierce Brosnan got cast as Dr. Fate
No.
for the
Really?
Black Adam movie?
As
Yep.
long as he doesn't sing like he did in Mamma Mia, because oh man. I don't know if you guys had the pleasure of watching that movie in its sequel, but let me tell you, if there's a James Bond that I'm convinced should never sing again, it's probably Pierce Brosnan. I'm so sorry if he's watching. I apologize.
He is one of our biggest patrons, so thanks a lot.
I know. Your funding just got cut, guys. You're about to lose him as a sponsor. I'm sorry.
He's going to hit him with another lime.
Did we just get canceled?
Anybody Anybody remember that? What movie he gets hit with a line?
Yep, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Was
Yeah, that's right.
Mrs. Doubtfire? Yeah.
Which is supposedly there's a
Supposedly.
rated R version that they're kicking
I was
around.
gonna say that. I was gonna
Supposedly.
say that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Mhm.
Just
Apparently,
any
the
outtake from
improv
Robin
was
Williams
so
would be
outrageous
R-rated.
From Robin Williams, yep.
I'd watch
Gotta
that.
be out
So release the Snyder Cut is gonna like blend its way to
That's the Williams
release.
All the way down to Mrs.
Williams-
Doubtfire.
cut. Robin cut, right?
Because
It's gonna
it's
be in
something
4x3
the
though.
world has been asking for. It's an R-rated version of Mrs. Doubtfire.
Finally.
Better than the X-rated version.
Fair point.
It wasn't just a fake mask he was wearing, all right? I guess. I don't know.
Oh, Wes. Always takes it one step. Too far.
Oh dear. Or whatever accent he was doing in that movie.
Oh yeah. Hello.
So all those clips are now making it into the final edit.
Cool.
Is it Disney's movie Safety? Is that the football movie?
I don't know.
There's a
Oh,
question in the chat.
I don't know. Oh, what was it?
You lost
It's
me
like
after-
an underdog story about football. Apparently, Zachary Levi is a huge germaphobe.
Interesting.
She's like, you would not think that about him, but yeah, he is.
I mean, I think everybody's more of a germaphobe now than like a year ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody that was germaphobe before saying, see?
That's right. I told you. Like Monk, right?
Nobody listened. I tried to warn you all.
Everybody turns into monk.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'm ready. Everything looks good on my end here.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Fantastic. Let's do it.
Aside
Yeah.
from my face, I'm on my end, so.
All right.
Do you have a-
209.
Do you have a zinger lined up?
Maybe.
Well, there's 4 of us in the game. It's 4 connections. So-
Mrs. Doubtfire is R-rated. Welcome.
Release the Williams cut.
All right. I might just cut together something that was already been said.
Welcome to Making Geeks, where we're demanding they release the Williams cut. That way, nobody will know what we're talking about right off the bat.
That's a
Way to build the
stinger,
intrigue.
for sure.
What's up, Internet? Welcome to Making Geeks Podcast, a podcast for families, makers, and geeks. This is episode 209,
What's up?
and we're back. Yeah,
Hello.
how you guys doing?
Good. We brought our special guest along with us again for the first ever repeat cameo, like on the next
Hi,
episode.
everybody.
We got Alex from
back to
Super
back.
Mech something. Yeah, man. What's up?
Hello. I'm excited to be back. Thank you so much for having me back on.
So, anything new going on this week? Just got 7 days later, and with all of our busy schedules, I'm sure that we're up to a couple of things worth mentioning.
I watched the
Anybody?
Snyder Cut. That was fun.
How was it? Was it worth?
And?
Was it worth the hype?
I thought it was good. I liked it. I liked it more than the first one, the original one. I
Was
felt
it
like
really in full screen? Like they?
It is in
or
4.
no?
It's 4:3 the entire movie, so it's like IMAX form factor. Because it was intended to be released in IMAX, and then from that they chopped it.
Only works if you're on an IMAX. Otherwise, it's just black bars.
True.
Hmm.
You kind of forget after a little.
Or
while.
you have an
It is a
old
little
TV
weird.
kicking around.
That's right. Finally, I get to use this Trinitron again. Man.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was good to see like a lot of more character development for characters they didn't give enough screen time to. And there were things that happened in the original. And I'm like, why did that character just do that? That didn't make any sense. Why does it do this? Why don't they just do this? And they're like, oh. And they're like, oh, I see what Joss like cut all this stuff out and made a weird explanation or no explanation. And you're just like, why why did that character do this? And you're like, oh, this is why, because they forgot all this lead in to that moment that they just kept in. And yeah, there's like no witty banter, like, which is clearly like the Joss Whedon, you know, pixie dust that he sprinkles in there and everything he does, which sometimes it works, but other times it kind of doesn't. I liked it. I thought they did a good job. New special effects were good. We did have to stand up and walk around a little bit over the course of the 4-hour runtime, but I recommend checking it out if you like superhero stuff, for sure.
So the big question then is the infamous Superman mustache scene from Henry Cavill at the beginning, because he was shooting Mission Impossible 4. Did they fix that with like a deep fake at all or anything, or did they just leave it? It's all gone.
That's all. That was all shot by Joss, so that was all ditched.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, I definitely need to check it out.
And the Wonder Woman, I'll just say her intro scene, very similar to the original one. She kicks a lot more butt in this one. Does not pull any punches. Excellent. And that was great to see. Like, my favorite scene was probably her fight scene at the beginning. Very good. Like, it makes you cringe, like some of the stuff, like, oh man, that's rough. Ooh. Doesn't hold anything back. But how are you guys this week? How was you guys this week?
Doing good. I submitted my PCB for my actuator to Fab, so hopefully within a week it'll be back and I can start soldering some stuff up and get some motors moving and spinning and hopefully move away from this breadboard. So fingers crossed that everything got connected right. I guess that's always the big question about whether or not everything was wired up when you make a circuit board. So I'm hopeful I won't have to order a V2 in quick order.
Yep. Donovan?
I understood about half of what you said, so I'm not going to ask any follow-up questions. I'll just assume that I know exactly what you're talking about. PC, like a circuit board.
Like a circuit board.
Okay.
So, yeah, like right now I have everything wired up on basically a breadboard, and what that is like a bunch of electronic components connected with jumpers. And then kind of once that's all kind of worked out, the idea is that you move it to something more permanent, so you get like a printed circuit board made that you can just solder all the electronic components together kind of correctly. But I guess doing that correctly and having everything work depends on the person making the circuit board. So in this case, I guess me wiring everything up together correctly in software, and then it's always nerve-wracking, I guess, to connect something for the first time, and sometimes it goes poof because you wired something wrong and all the magic smoke goes out of the components and everyone gets sad. But sometimes it works, and then you feel really good about yourself and you're like, no problem. So definitely check social media for one way or the other. You guys will know in short order.
Well, cool. Okay, now I understand a bit more.
Nice.
Don, how about you?
I've been trying to desperately finish this doghouse because it has been raining a lot here. And so I'll have a day of sunshine where I'm frantically trying to put things together, and then I have to cover everything with a tarp before it rains and then uncover it and keep doing that. So my hope is that I'm going to have the doghouse done this weekend. And after that's done, I've got 3 Borderlands projects that I'm going to do, because I've been kind of on a Borderlands kick with all the news about the movie coming out and whatnot. So got to start working on those.
So it kind of sounds like you have an interesting pattern with your videos where you did a bunch of Ninjago, a bunch of Zelda, and now like do a bunch of Borderlands. So you have like these franchises that you focus on for months at a time. I think
it's terrible because I have 4 other Zelda projects that I could do. Like, all the prep work is already done for them, but I think I should take a break from Zelda projects because all of my content as of late has been Legend of Zelda. There's one I'm really excited about. I'm going to decal my entire car with Wind Waker, but I was awesome. Like, oh, I should probably do something else. Let's do Borderlands. I'll do Borderlands.
Maybe just kind of hold those like in a holding pattern until there's another uptick in the algorithm for Zelda stuff, like when the next game comes out or something.
Yeah.
Sure. Kind of ride that wave.
I'm never at a loss for Legend of Zelda content, so Yeah, there's a lot in holding pattern.
Cool. I just put out a video 2-3 days ago at this point where I made a rolling cart for my Glowforge. So that is out in the wild now.
Which
And
I noticed is not inclusive of your review of the Glowforge. Why did you decide to take that out?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Because last week you said you were going to do the rolling cart and a review of your Glowforge.
Oh, I am, but the review is gonna be a completely separate video.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So
okay.
I'm gonna milk it like 3 or 4 different times for for those keywords there.
Well, I was excited. I was so excited to be able to comment on one of your videos finally.
Yep.
Before
And
it got
it lasted
shut
all
off.
like 5 minutes before the comments got shut down again.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So
So
is that a
what I think I'm
manual?
gonna start doing is
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna ask, is that
it's
a manual process that they shut everything down, or is it automated because of something that happened to your channel back in the day?
it's automated, but I don't know how it works because typically you think that the moment I put up a video, comments wouldn't be available no matter what. But
Right,
they're available for like the first 5 to 10 minutes, and then they get shut off. I don't know what evaluation process they're using for this, but it's wrong. I mean, because according to the changes that was made in YouTube a couple years ago, if you have kids featured in your video, then you potentially have your comments turned off. And I haven't had my kids featured in any of my videos for like a long time. So I don't know if my channel just got automatically blacklisted or what. Maybe because my 2 biggest videos prominently feature my kids, and those have a couple million views, and I don't know. So still something I'm trying to figure out.
The Pac-Man office stuff and the Iron Man costume.
No, lightsaber.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So. And then I'm working on an animation for work right now, so I might be featuring a lot more artwork on my socials for the next week or 2. So some stuff.
The
I have to-
Viking.
Awesome.
Viking.
Yeah, the Viking and some other stuff I'll be doing. Yeah, I have to do a 15-second animated short in the next 2 days with the character, so that'll be fun. Kind of.
What kind of animation software do you use, or is it all hand?
Now, Harmony Toon Boom.
Okay. I don't think I know that one. It sounds cool.
It's the one primarily used for the TV industry, for TV animation. A lot of feature uses it too, but yeah, it's. Yep. All right, so I think that we've all talked about what we've been up to. So shall we do an introduction into the main event of the night?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do this.
So who wants to do the intro?
Well, tonight we
So
wanted...
we're gonna be. Good job. It's okay. Never fails. Wes, take it away. Is he ignoring me?
Nope.
I think
he's
he took
taking a
his
breath.
headphones off. He just got it. I'm done.
I'm all embarrassed now.
Oh, hey,
I don't
how's it
mean to
going?
talk over you.
How's it going, guys?
You'd think that after a year
Shall
of
you do the
telework,
intro?
we'd be better at this by now. But man, it just never works out ever.
I think there's just enough of a delay.
Done.
There's just enough of a delay, I think, between our connections, where you think the person's not talking. It's like that. Just enough in there where, like, socially, there's just enough of delay. I don't know. Maybe it's just Donovan's delay. I don't know. Maybe it's my delay. I'm not sure.
I hear our editor is magic though, and it's going to make us sound so articulate when the podcast version comes out that it's not going to be.
Have you listened to our podcast?
Maybe the editor enjoys the chaos and just leaves it in for.
Go ahead, Donovan. Take it away.
No. So tonight we are going to be playing a game called Linkee, and if you haven't heard of this game before, that's okay. I only knew about it because of a commercial on NPR, But since discovering this game, we have all fallen in love with it, and so we're going to play it tonight together and with you. So the premise of the game is that each card that's played during a certain round has 4 clues on it. The answers to those 4 clues are linked together in some fashion, and the point of the game is to try and find the link between all these 4 clues. So we're going to go through it one by one for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if nobody can guess after those 4 clues, there is a final clue that'll hopefully tie everything together if you haven't already figured it out. And we're going to see how well this goes. I'm excited.
And we have modified the rules slightly from the tabletop version that you would play at home with your kids or your family. So the rules will be a little bit different for us than you at home. But the one thing that'll be in common is that for the person, once you come up with the answer, you have to buzz in, so to speak, with the word Linkee. So that's your buzz in word. If you fail to use that buzz in word, your answer is like it never heard by the game runner, whoever the quiz master is. And so you have to make sure you precede your answer with the word Linkee, as dumb as it sounds. So you say Linkee, and then you say the answer. If you don't do it, someone else can steal it. So make sure you remember that. And
the delay is going to make this incredibly exciting.
That's right. The scoring is a little bit different, just to make it interesting for the audio listeners at home or wherever you may be checking out our podcast. So, shall I give this a go, John?
Yeah, Alex, why don't you start us off?
All right.
On a side note, really quick.
Like on top left corner. So. Oh, go ahead.
Never mind. That's fine. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I say on a side note, for any of our listeners that want to suggest a better word for us to yell out than Linkee, we're all ears.
All right, gentlemen.
Yeah, I interrupted for that. Sorry.
Are your pens ready? All right, so here we go. First of 4 clues. Obsessively intellectual people who are into comic books are considered to be what kind of people? This is going to be a controversial topic, given the name of this podcast.
Is that wrong answers only?
All right. Number 2. A sit-up is also called a what?
Linkee. I'm buzzing
Okay.
in. Candy.
Go for it.
Is the answer candy?
Can you be more specific? That's 50% of the answer.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Halloween candy.
No, it's not correct. You would have gotten it with
Okay,
the
next
one, I
clue.
think. Number 3. What's the term for the smallest
Number 2?
animals in puppy litters? Oh, number 2. A sit-up is also called a what?
Oh, that's
That was
right.
number
Okay.
2. Okay. Number 3. What's the
Linkee.
term for the smallest? Yes. Go ahead.
Linkee.
Yes.
Hard candy.
No.
Was
and then
that a
the final
question?
That is not the
So
answer.
I guess I'm out too now. Okay.
So what's another term for a fairy? Donovan, man, it's riding on you. You could do this.
Okay, since I'm the only one left in competition,
Hold on,
I have
there's
nerds.
also a clue. If you want a clue, there's also a clue. It's kind of a weird clue.
well,
I
I'm
kinda wanna read it,
talking
though.
myself through this since
Okay,
I
go
can
ahead, go
talk
ahead.
out loud because, like all the other 2. Okay, so I've got Nerds, Crunch,
Mhm.
Runt, and Sprite.
That last one is not correct.
Not Sprite.
I will read
What's
this clue
another
though
word
because
for
I
it?
really want to. The clue is
That doesn't make sense.
Babe
Theater
Ruth
candy.
makes
I'll just say
taste- That's the clue. Babe Ruth makes a tasty infant.
what?
Yeah. Any guesses? So okay, all right. Another clue or no?
guess
Are
theater
we're
candy,
all out
but
at this point?
obviously that is not.
All right, that is not correct.
We're all
The
out.
answer is Nestle candy. Nestle candy.
Okay.
because of Nerds, Crunch, Runts, and Pixie, like Pixie sticks.
I got Pixie. I
I
didn't
didn't know
read-
they were made by Nestle.
Yeah, I knew Crunch. I didn't know the rest of them were Nestle. Honestly.
Pixie. Okay.
Hmm.
Like pixie sticks, right?
Yeah. I think so.
All right.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Damn it.
We're doing great at this game.
Right out the gate, we fail.
We're gonna be up to 10 points in no time. This is gonna be longer than the Snyder
Alright,
Cut,
everybody gets
audience.
+0.
Buckle up.
All
All
right.
right, Sean.
Here we go. Next card. First question. Which tea invention was patented in New York in 1903?
Tea invention?
Yes.
T. Okay.
All right. Next question. What are Capital One, Chase, and Deutsche examples of? All right. Next. What does an origami expert need to ply their trade? All right. Finally, Brangelina was made up of two people, Angelina Jolie and Brad.
What?
One of them.
This makes no sense.
Could you
No,
read the
it makes
first clue again?
Yes.
Or-
Which tea invention was patented in New York in 1903?
Okay.
You have to collectively agree
Okay.
that you want the extra clue. Unless you
Yes,
have to-
Yeah.
I want the extra clue.
It gets everywhere at the beach.
Okay. Oh, Linkee. Sand.
All right, Alex? Yes.
Sand.
Sandbag, sandbanks, sandpaper, sandpit.
Of course.
So yeah, like banks, sand.
Sandbanks?
You know, you have like
sand
the
dunes?
like riverbank, but except sand instead of the edge of the river. So for our audience listening, the way the Linkee works, it usually happens of one or two ways. Either it's a word that gets added to the beginning or end of the clue, or it's a general theme that apply to all the different clue words. It usually happens in one of those two fashions. So one for Alex.
Okay, my turn.
I believe
Are
so.
you ready?
Yes.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
I gotta make sure I don't mix up my pieces of paper here. Then I'm scribbling
Yes.
everything down. We're gonna get some goofy answers.
All right. Clue number 1. A dinner party where each guest contributes a different dish is known as a blank luck. Clue number 2. If you want to stop something at an early stage, you nip it in the...
Linkee,
Sean was first.
marijuana.
That's not the answer per se. So how specific does the answer need to be? Should we...
I'm playing it. I'm playing it cautiously here because for the listeners that weren't here for the pre-show, there was an unrelated set of questions, and I guessed cocaine. So I didn't want to just chime in with another answer. So-
It's our drug themed episode.
Okay, what kind of channel are you running over there, Alex? What do you actually do? No. All right, keep going with the clues. Let's see if I
Okay,
can figure
number
this out.
3. What is always greener on the other side, no matter which side of the fence you're on?
Okay.
This is terrible. Okay, number 4. What is the name of Spider-Man's redheaded sweetheart?
Okay.
How
what's the
specific
clue?
do
I
you
guess
need to be the
cause,
answer?
Because I guess what Sean said, right? You said that's not the answer per se. The clue, right, has to give it away more, I guess, than his answer. So
Do you want the clue?
Yeah, I guess.
Derb? Derb. Derb? Derb?
Derb?
I don't know if
okay.
I'm saying this right.
You mean like
Derb?
like doobie? Herb?
Daerb. Derb. Derb? Derb.
What? Jeez.
You want to guess?
Um,
What is the synonym of what these two have already said that hasn't already been said? Obviously.
obviously. Reefer? I have no idea. That's my guess.
The
I have
answer
no
is
idea.
cannabis.
Oh.
So that's why I said, like, how
Right.
specific does it need to be the answer?
Okay.
Nobody refers to it that way, though.
I
No,
It's
I
on the
know.
card.
No, I know. All right.
would have given it to you, but
I get it. That's okay.
I'm
Nobody got any
loving
points, so I'm not going to argue.
some of these guesses. I'm sure they're going to be great.
all right, Wes.
Here we go. I'm curious what derb means.
Derb.
afraid to look it up.
Derb?
Derb?
Maybe the herb.
Okay.
Linkee. The Simpsons. The Simpsons TV show? Okay, then I'm out.
Linkee?
Oh, crap.
The women in Simpsons?
All right.
I would give it to him.
That's close.
No, I would give it to him. Oh, but the previous question was a more direct synonym that they're looking for. I think that I'd give him the point.
Okay.
All right, so that's the end of one round, and with that round, Donovan and Alex are tied, and Wes and I have 0.
It's all right. That's why we do it again.
Yep, we're putting up big numbers here.
Round
Alex,
2.
Let's do this.
Here we go. Clue 1. Which type of weather event can be forked or sheet? That's the clue. Which type of weather event can be forked or sheet? Clue 1.
Okay.
Number 2. What is the name of the 2012 hurricane that caused major damage in New York? All right, that's good. Clue number 3. According to Roald Dahl, who is the champion of the world? And clue number 4. What is the opposite of winter days? All right, you guys want the clue?
I do.
Okay. Clue is it's the word.
Linkee,
Go
the
for it.
movie Grease.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, yep.
What is sheet
Yeah, I got a point.
lightning? What is sheet lightning? I don't think I've ever heard of a sheet of lightning.
I think sheet is when you can't see the actual bolt, but the whole sky just lights up. Or
I've
is it
heard
all,
of sheet rain.
or maybe it's all
Yeah.
the different things at once.
Okay.
Where it, maybe
all
just a bunch that are straight down.
The third
Summer
was
Nights?
Danny. 4 was Summer Nights. Number 3, the champion of the world, according to Roald Dahl, is Danny. I don't know what book that's from.
Nope, I don't know either.
All right.
Yeah, I'm on the board. Okay. You guys ready for the next one?
Yep.
Do it.
All right. What 1980s remake of a sci-fi classic Jeff Goldblum turning into a giant insect? All right, next question. What did Yankee Doodle stick in his hat and call macaroni? The clean version. Next question. Vast distances in space are measured in blank years. And the final question. Complete the name of the song by the Hollies. He ain't blank, he's my brother.
Linkee?
All right.
Birds?
Nope. Although
Can I
I
get
could
the
see
clue?
that. Wes, you want the clue? Okay. Float like a butterfly. Okay. There you go.
Oh,
Yep, Wes, you got it. Boxing weight categories.
lightweight, featherweight, flyweight.
Yeah, fly.
Huh. Learn something new.
Those are the ones that would, get blown away by a stiff
right.
wind.
Okay,
well,
you guys
we're
ready?
tied. Yep.
Sweet. All
Well, I
right.
have one.
All right. This is going to break somebody out of the pack. Clue number 1. One of the Doors' hit songs is Riders on the... Clue number 2. In 1952, Gene Kelly and Debbie Reynolds were singing in the... Clue number 3. Portobello, hen of the wood, and shiitake are 3 types of which fungi? Clue number 4. Harry Potter's racing broomstick is called a blank 2000.
Linkee.
Yeah.
Clouds.
Yep.
That was good. Was it storm, rain, mushroom, and nimbus?
Yep.
You got that pretty quick.
All right, Wes.
Linkee. It's the cast of The Big Bang Theory.
Nice. Nice, nice.
It was a stretch. Cooper Polly.
Okay.
Oh, cause of his. Okay.
Koopa.
I was like, Koopa. What?
What's funny is I was thinking Cooper Polly and not Cooper on that one. I don't know why the K and the O. What was the fourth question on that?
Yeah, Howard. Howard!
Did I miss one though? Because I only saw three: Penny, Koopa, Howard.
Leonard?
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't know what that was, so I just skipped it. All right.
The last episode.
All right, so that's the end of round 2, and Alex and I are tied, and Donovan and Wes have one. Still really close.
All right.
Yep, sure is.
All right. Next round. Round 3, number 1. The defender of Castle Grayskull is blank man. Clue number 2. As told by Monty Python, who does King Arthur encounter in search for the Holy Grail? The knights who say blank. American gangster who was sent to Alcatraz and was the inspiration for the film Scarface was blank Capone. And number 4, the 19th century author responsible for War of the Worlds and The Time Machine was blank Wells. You guys want the clue?
Yeah?
All right. The clue is the answer might come to you periodically.
Oh, Linkee.
Go ahead.
They're elements.
Yes, that's correct. They are elements.
Oh, gosh.
It was helium, He,
What is Hg?
nickel, Ni.
Yeah, what is HG?
Hg is mercury.
Oh,
Helium. Helium.
Helium, aluminum,
Yeah.
nickel, and mercury.
pretty good.
Cool.
All right. All right. Jason Sudeikis' wife, who starred in the series Blank Wild.
Okay.
All right. Next question. What would you call a drink made of cold brewed leaves? Next question. What's the name of the little boy who found E.T.? And final question. Which city is the one that never sleeps? I never would have gotten this one.
Because you don't know the answer, or the links for him.
I probably would not have made the connection. Maybe.
We have a clue.
You guys want the clue?
Yeah.
All right. Wes, you want the clue? Okay. The clue is take a munch out of crime.
What?
The clues are so bad sometimes.
Take a munch out of crime?
I'm reading it verbatim. Take a munch out of crime. I could give you a better hint.
All right.
Dun dun.
Dun dun.
My key might be a little bit off. Wes, how specific should I be?
I'm
Which
just
one?
curious what the
Close
link
enough?
is between these words.
Which one?
That's the problem. Which Law and Order? I'm willing to give it to you anyways, though.
The only other one I know
Let's
is
do it. Wes, you get the
SVU.
point.
Is that it?
SVU. Yep, SVU.
But that's not mine. That's Wes's.
So you have
point, 'cause I
Ice-T,
no idea.
Elliot, New York. Yeah.
So what was Olivia
So-
Wilde?
I guess Olivia is one of the characters.
Ice-T? Oh, Ice-T. Ah.
Was he?
So
was he
we
on
are all
SVU?
tied up.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
John-
funny. Okay, is it my turn?
All right, Don, go for it.
Y'all ready for this? Yep.
What did you
All right,
hit?
you are. Clue number 1. Snowball and Napoleon appear in which dystopian novel? Annabelle blank. Clue number 2. If you unpleasantly full after eating too much, then your blank are bigger than your stomach. Clue 3. Complete the title of the Gabriel Garcia Marquez book Blank in the Time of Cholera. Clue 4. Complete the weird phrase that means having a chat. Chew the blank. Do I need to repeat any of those?
Huh.
This is a terrible clue.
What's the clue? I had a connection until the last one, and now I don't. So I'm gonna need that clue.
Yeah, the last one doesn't make sense to me either. So, do you guys want the clue?
Yes.
It's bad. Not just for Christmas.
Definitely not what I was thinking.
Yeah, right? I think you should go with your gut on the first 3 and not the last one.
Farmersonly.com.
Wait, is that your actual answer?
You told me to go with my first 3. That's my first 3. Because it was farm, eyes, and love. City folks just don't understand. You guys remember those commercials. Come on. Farm, eyes, and love. It's a dating
Farmers
website for
only.
farmers. Exactly right. According to the commercials. I was really hoping the clue was going to be city folks just don't understand, but it wasn't, so I'm out.
Nope, that's not it. Anybody have a guess? Anybody else? No. Yeah. No. Sean, it's all you.
Is it? Crap! Now it doesn't make sense. I have no idea, but I have nothing to lose. I was going to say like milk or cheese or some crap. No, it doesn't make sense.
The answer is puppy.
What?
Puppy fat?
eyes, puppy love.
What is puppy fat?
What is Puppy Farm?
Puppy farm.
Yeah, but isn't that Puppy Mill?
Yeah.
Puppy farm it still
Okay.
works, but the puppy
eye?
fat.
Okay. Puppy fat.
Yeah, puppy fat doesn't. I don't know
Is
what
that
that
what it is now for a kid that has big chubby cheeks or something?
Baby fat? I.
Depending on the part of the country you're in, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so we're still tied up.
I have hold on. Is Big Potato Games potentially based in England? Like, are some of these idioms maybe British English?
Canada.
Okay.
Oh no, London. You're right. Yep, London.
So we need to get Alex in here from Raspberry Pi. She would destroy all of us.
Yep.
It's weird how they change our language. You know that we were the original one speaking English.
Okay, Wes.
Wes,
Oh, Linkee. Men in Black.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep.
my mind was really slow on that one.
J and
With
K.
sunglasses, I was gonna say Alf. After Aliens came out.
So after 3 rounds, Donovan is now in the lead with 3, and then we have a 3-way tie with 2 correct.
Okay.
Cool. Let's do another round.
All right, round 4.
All right, here we go.
I like that we're not losing.
Okay.
Yeah, we had originally set it as the final round, so as long as tie for first place. I think we're still good on time. Yeah, we're still good on time.
All right, here we go. Clue number 1. What's the name for a female chicken and a female lobster?
Female
number
what?
2.
Lobster?
Lobster. Clue number 2. In the film Top Gun, who was Maverick's best friend and flight partner?
Linkee.
Go ahead.
Types of birds.
Incorrect. The founder of the Church
I'm
of
out again.
Scientology was L. Ron Blank.
Ah, damn it, I know it now.
No, incorrect.
Just as bad as me, Wes.
Number 4. What is the Long Island Medium's first name? It's like a History Channel show? Or TLC? Maybe TLC.
Probably TLC.
The clue, you ready for this, is baby
Yes.
incubator. Go ahead. Oh, I thought you had the answer. Okay. Clue is baby incubator. Wes was close. Little too many words.
Nursery rhymes?
Incorrect. It's mother.
Okay, but
Hen
Oh,
Goose,
mother.
Hubbard, and Teresa.
oh,
We were thinking about the wrong type of linking.
yeah. I was like Old Mother Hubbard, the Golden Goose, the Mother Hen, the yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Oh well.
All right, Donovan still maintains his lead. All right, next question. Anonymous is an online group that regularly does what to computers in order to get information? Next question. Which 3-letter acronym might you find on a gravestone? Donovan always looks like he's trying to solve calculus. Next question. Luke Skywalker had which body part chopped off by his dad? That'd be really bad if you didn't know the movie.
Linkee.
Go for it.
Types of saw.
Correct.
Or saws.
Ah,
Correct.
yes.
Hacksaw, ripsaw, handsaw. And the last one that you didn't hear was going to be someone who smokes one cigarette right after another is considered a blank smoker. Chainsaw. Nicely done.
Good.
Nicely done.
What was the clue?
This one will cut you to pieces.
Some of these clues, man. All right. You ready? Clue number
Ready.
1. Which flower is most sacred and symbolic for Buddhists? Wait, we already did that one. Yes, we did. All right. Let's try this again. Okay, clue number 1. What is the name of the annual theater awards for achievements on Broadway? Clue number 2. The social media app that lets users send pictures that self-destruct after a few seconds is blank chat.
Linkee.
Okay.
Cereal mascots.
Yep.
Was
Number
gonna say
3
something
was
else.
when someone finds a 4-leaf clover. And what is the title of the Pixar's 2017 film about a boy who has adventures in Mexico's land of the dead?
Coco.
Yep.
For clue 2,
Right.
or after clue 2, I was gonna say Iron Man. Because it was Tony and Snap.
Yeah, that was good. That would be good.
But I'm glad I didn't link in.
All right, Wes.
Sorry, by
You
the way,
gotta throw it
spoilers
first.
for the end game, in case anybody hasn't seen it.
I think we're okay.
At this point, right? Like, what's the statute of
Yep.
limitations on movie spoilers? Is there like a consensus for a window that everybody has to watch a movie?
I was going to say 3 months, but yeah, Lear.
Maybe 6 months. Yeah.
True.
We should have like an official internet ruling, but all right, Wes.
Linkee.
Darn it, I just had it.
Dix.
I almost thought you said something else for a second.
Nice.
Cool. Glow stick, drumstick, lipstick.
What was the last one?
Selfie stick.
All right, so that's 4 rounds. Donovan is the winner.
Woo!
4 correct.
Congratulations.
Alex and I tied, and then Wes. That was fun.
It was fun.
That was a good game. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So playing games is something we are planning on doing more and more of here on the podcast. If you guys have any suggestions for games you would like us to play or check out, send it to us because we're always up for good suggestions.
And we're also trying to explore ways of making things a little bit more interactive, or maybe even showing a leaderboard at some point. So if you have suggestions for for the show, make sure you let us know. And you can do that through our website. I'm going to kind of jump the gun a little bit here just because it's part of the conversation, but you can send us a notice through our website, makinggeeks.com. On the contact page is where you could directly get a hold of us and make those suggestions for the show. And you have our past episodes right there on the homepage you could listen to. So, but since that's out of order, I kind of feel all out of whack now. So, but I do want to know what you guys are. But I do want to know what you guys are geeking out about this week.
Let's start with the winner.
I think I already said at the top, I'm kind of geeking out about Borderlands stuff. I've gone back and played some of the games just to get reference shots and whatnot for the projects that I'm working on. And I am cautiously optimistic about the movie that's coming up. They've announced the cast for most of the characters, which I can kind of see, but at the same time, kind of not. I don't know. I'm hopeful, but not too hopeful. But that's Borderlands is what I've been geeking out about.
Very cool. I'm geeking out about a YouTube video just because it's so different, but I found it fascinating. It's a Vice TV video on YouTube called "Meet the Engineer Preserving the Last Analog Motion Graphics Machine." This older gentleman who, I guess there's an old machine called a Scanimate. They used to do all the on-screen broadcast graphics, and the thing is really fascinating. And you kind of compare what an engineer is now to what an engineer was then. It seems completely different, but I'm fascinated by it. So if you're interested in electronics and technology, I highly recommend checking it out. It's really, really cool. Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely check that out for sure. We should put that in the show notes.
Yep.
Yeah, so I guess at the top of the show, I was talking about the circuit board that I finished, and kind of after I finish a design, like I always think it looks really cool, like to have like in the software, like a board with all the traces laid out and stuff, and it's color coded and red and blue, and it looks really cool. So like to generate some social media content, I like took that screenshot, posted it on Reddit, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be so cool. People are going to love it. And I was just flooded with a wall of comments like, oh, your wire traces are too small, too small, too small, too small. And like, I'm like, what? Oh, what happened? And like, usually, I mean, I'm sure as you guys know, like when you get a YouTube comment, like that's like a one-off, you're like, oh, maybe some people are just trying to say something. But like the frequency and consistency of all the comments about like how wide like this circuit board traces were my board really got me to look into it. And I guess it was really fascinating. So I found this paper, which was all about like how to properly design circuit boards. And the interesting thing about this paper was like not, I guess, how to design them. I mean, that was obviously interesting too and useful for somebody designing circuit boards. But the history of how people have figured out how to design like proper traces, like perfectly to me, like explained everything that the scientific process should be. So like it started off with the first guy. He was like in the 1950s, and he like had this like board, and he basically like put current through this like copper plate, and it got so and so hot, and then he thought, okay, so based on this, we should make the circuit boards this wide. And then like 10 years later, this new group came along, and they're like, no, that's not true, because there's all these limitations, and sometimes traces like go on to different layers and the length changes. So they redefined that method. And like over the next 30 years, basically, this paper went just how to make like circuit board traces from different groups just got more and more refined. And I thought that was just like the coolest example of how science works, right? Because you start off with this one idea, like it's not necessarily wrong, but it's certainly like a very simple approach. And then like these random groups over decades just go and refine this process. And now at the end, like we kind of perfectly know how to design these circuit board traces just to make sure that like a piece of copper wire doesn't get too hot, like when you put electrons through it. I just thought that was the coolest thing. So I don't know if anybody wants to read that paper. I guess if we want to put that in the show notes, because that might be a little bit too deep in the woods. But just the process, I think, is just a good example and a good reminder of, I guess, how the process should work, and that kind of inspired me and kind of got me geeking out this week. So
I love that you're geeking out about something like intellectual while I'm over here like video games. Yay.
well, at the end of the day, right, it's always like, and I mean, again, with science, the answer at the end is always obvious, right? Like, heat is bad, and heat will make things catch on fire. And like, how do we not make things catch on fire? Which is also kind of fun, right? Because you have these like great methods to try to figure out these like fundamental answers to these simple questions. And that's called science. And that's pretty cool. The more you know. Like, I don't know.
Yep. You've been schooled.
So it makes me wonder, though. I mean, what other kind of stuff like that is out there, right? I mean, you'd think that every advancement that we've had in civilization has hopefully progressed along that path in some way. And that's just amazing. Like, all these people working together, and here we are on the internet talking to each other in 3 different states. Playing a British card game. So.
Did they happen to, when you read that paper about the circuit board stuff, did they happen to mention why you don't want to go at a 90-degree angle with the trace? I was always wondering that.
So that was a different part of the paper,
Okay.
so this paper basically went into and said, okay, like all these previous methods that were developed, they're, again, not necessarily wrong, but they could be redefined in some certain way. And this was actually really cool too, because what they did is they like tested various types of circuit paths, and one of them was a 90-degree angle. And what they did is they had a thermal camera on that trace where that 90-degree angle occurred, and basically that corner got really hot.
Oh,
so again, I mean, it's the heat issue. So yeah, fundamentally, I think you basically, I guess the moral of the story was always try to keep your traces as short as possible and make them as thick as possible, so you can get more current through there, so it doesn't heat up as much. And then after that, they kind of gave like more and more design rules that people will hopefully carry on
That's
and
cool.
develop more. So
Nice.
now watch, after all this, I'm going to plug in my circuit board and it's going to immediately catch on fire.
Let's see. I've been geeking out about a game that we've mentioned on the podcast before, but I've been playing it way too much of, called Valheim. So, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically, I think of it as Minecraft meets Legend of Zelda with a hybrid of PlayStation 1 era graphics and like modern like lighting techniques. It's very weird. It's very stylized. But if you like any of those kinds of things, then I think you might enjoy it. There's building, there's hunting, there's farming, there's adventure stuff, there's treasure, all kinds of things. And we set up a server as a Patreon reward. So if you're a patron over at patreon.com/maingeeks, you can actually join the server and join us playing on it. We've had a bunch of people on there and had a lot of interesting adventures. Sean had some when I was offline, apparently fending for his life. I have a base that I built. It's a tree house. So you can actually attach things to trees as they're grown up. So I have like platforms suspended by various trees, and it's kind of unstable, but it's pretty cool. Well, Sean didn't know until recently that there are giant trolls in the game that randomly spawn, and they can
not internet trolls either.
No, much worse. Sometimes they can actually grab trees out of the ground and use them as baseball bats. And so he and another gentleman, Seth, were on the server, apparently luring this troll that was near my base away, while other antics were ensuing. Some people fell in like a tiger trap that I made to catch wolves, and apparently both people fell into the trap, and the troll was like throwing rocks at them and all kinds of
chaos.
Yeah, and I'm not even near my computer, and they're like, your base is getting destroyed. I'm like, oh my gosh. I get back and it's not really that bad, but it was pretty funny to listen to them carrying on Discord, which is also a Patreon perk, by the way, a custom Discord server. But it was really neat. I've spent way too much time on it. But enjoying it, playing it with a bunch of guys from around the world, actually. So I highly recommend it. They've just passed, I think, 5 or 6 million downloads, and it's a 5-person team from Europe that did the whole game, and it's sort of the best-selling game I think of 2021 so far, which is pretty incredible.
So how does that game work? Is it like perpetual? Even when you log off, it keeps going, and somebody has to like watch your world. Do you get notifications if you're like somewhere and some trolls start raiding your base?
Well, you can have a local instance on your own computer. So as long as you're not playing the game, it does the game world doesn't progress any. But you can also run it on like a server or a spare computer, and it'll serve up the world for other people to join. As long as people aren't in the game, the server like halts, like time doesn't keep going if there's nobody in there, like in real time. Okay. But as long as one person's in there, there's like a day-night cycle, and it keeps track of the days and weather and stuff. So as long as one person's in there, the game will churn on. So things can happen around the this event, and it's called Valheim. So Maker's Portal's asking from the YouTube chat there, Valheim. So look on Steam. It's the #1 game right now. So definitely.
The game is really impressive, and I think we're still discovering things too, because it is fairly. Wes and I were still trying not to look at too much like end game stuff. So we come across something new. It's really kind of a surprise. I could be wrong, but it seems like there's a natural entropy to some things in the game too, which is really cool. It makes the world feel that much more responsive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you build stuff outside. Like, there's certain materials you're supposed to build inside. If you build with it outside and exposed to rain will actually damage the things over time. Like, if they're wood, like planks for floors or something like that. And there's a health for every object that you build. Like, build floors or walls or beds or whatever. There's a health for each thing, and you can hover over them. Not only is there a health that pops up in like a little UI thing, the actual texture of the object changes. So the wood would normally be bright red like cherry. It'll get grayed out like lumber that's not properly weather treated. It'll get kind of gray and dingy, and they'll change the model so it looks kind of dilapidated in some instances. Really cool. There's like seafaring stuff. There's sea monsters. There's harpoons. There's apparently Thor's in the game somewhere. Some people have spotted him. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens in the game too. I've seen like a ghost in the forest, and as you get closer to him, he just like vanishes, and people don't know what he does or what the reference is. And it's interesting. It's still in early access. It's only $20, which is also a steal for this game. But yeah, people like there's stuff they haven't even implemented yet because it's still in development. So there's things that you can do in the game or objects you collect that don't have a function yet. So it's kind of cool to see the whole thing evolve and kind of develop. So highly recommend it.
That's really cool. Wow. That also sounds really stressful. That was a big problem that I had with Breath of the Wild.
It can be, but it can be chill too.
Your tools would decay, like as you use them, so I would find myself saving everything and not losing them, like in classic RPG fashion, because I never wanted to break.
Yep.
So like by the end game, I'm like this Yahoo running around without pants, like beating everything with sticks.
Sure.
And
the only stress in the game, I think, is getting your first. Because once you have like a comfortable home base, I just enjoyed going out into the forest and just kind of exploring.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I probably should actually go outside and explore the forest, but I don't really have many around here, so I do it virtually.
Aw. Well, I'd like to thank our patrons over at patreon.com/makinggeeks for helping them keep the show on the air with their financial contributions each and every week, including our top patrons, Square Splinter, Clinton from C3D Prop Shop, and Jordan Rimple. Thank you guys so much for your support, and everyone out there that is a patron. We hope you find as much value in it as we find value in you. So thank you.
Yeah. And we want to thank everybody that supports us individually, because we all have our own individual accounts where we share the projects that we're working on and things that are going on in our lives. So if you want to follow us, if you aren't already, and if you aren't, I don't know why not. Because you can follow Alex over at Super Make Something. You can follow Sean at Geek Builders. You can follow Wes at Geeksmithing. And you can follow me at Once Upon a Workbench.
And we'd like to thank all of our guests in the live chat who have joined the live chat and participated in the show. It just makes doing the show that much more fun when we have like a live response and live audience listening along. And we'd also like to say thank you to Alex again for coming back 2 weeks in a row.
Dude, thanks, man.
For
guys.
sharing this experience. Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for having me on. This was great.
Good deal, man.
And you can find new episodes of the podcast every Saturday on your favorite podcast player of choice. So from all of us to all of you, have a fantastic.
You too.
All right,
Later,
bye
everybody.
everyone. Thank you.
Sorry, Wes, did I cut you off? Were you going to say something else?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
All right, bye bye.